Welcome to Book to Blueprint, where powerful books become practical blueprints for real life. You do not need more information, you need execution. This is Book to Blueprint. Today, we're not just talking about a book, we're building a real world blueprint from Michael Masterson's Ready, Fire, Aim. The whole point here is to give you a practical guide you can actually use to grow your business, starting like right after you're done with this. So let's just start with a really important question. Think about it. Is your need for everything to be absolutely perfect actually killing your business? How many great ideas just die because they're stuck in that endless planning loop? It's all based on this myth that everything has to be flawless before you can watch. What we're here today to completely shatter that myth. Most of us were taught the classic ready, aim, fire model. You plan everything down to the last detail, you perfect it, and then maybe you act. But Masterson says that's totally backward. Why? Because you can't really aim until you're actually in the game. The market is the only thing that's going to tell you where the real target is. So he flips the whole script to ready, fire, aim. You launch when you're just good enough, you get that immediate, real-world feedback, and that's when you adjust your aim, based on what customers are actually doing, not what some business plan guessed they might do. Okay, so here's our game plan for this. We're going to start with the core promise and the mental operating system you need. Then we'll walk through the 4 critical stages of growth, taking you from 0 all the way to over 100 million. And we'll wrap it up with the key habits and the major pitfalls to watch out for. Let's get right into it. So first things first, what is the specific, tangible result you can actually expect if you follow this blueprint? What's the core promise here? The promise is a clear, repeatable path to scale your business. It's not about waiting for that lightning in a bottle perfect idea. No, it's about having a system to launch fast, learn directly from your customers, and systematically build a business that just keeps growing. In this model, imperfect action is the actual fuel for growth. All right, before we dive into the different stages, we need to install the fundamental operating system. Think of these as the core principles, the rules of the game that drive this entire ready, fire, aim method. And this quote just gets right to the heart of it. Ideas by themselves are totally worthless. An idea for an overnight delivery service is just a daydream, but FedEx, the multi-billion-dollar company, well, that's the result of action. This is the mindset we have to adopt. So this all boils down to 3 core principles. First, fire when you're ready. Never, ever wait for perfect. Second, embrace accelerated failure. The goal isn't to avoid failing, it's to fail faster and cheaper so you can find what works. And third, speed is your greatest ally. A good idea executed today will always beat a perfect idea that's still on the drawing board a year from now. So let's move on to the first stage of your business journey. This is from 0 to your first million in revenue. And your survival depends on one thing, and one thing only. Look, at this stage, you feel like you don't know what you're doing, and that's perfectly okay. The only challenge that matters is making that first profitable sale. Your entire opportunity lies in just proving you can get a customer to pay for what you have. Everything else is just a distraction. And what's really brilliant here is how simple the action plan is. So, what do? You sell. Not strategize, not decorate, not perfect. You sell. When do you do it? Now. Today. And how do you measure success? By acquiring enough customers, that's your critical mass, at a cost you can actually afford, your allowable acquisition cost. That's it. That is your entire job in stage 1. So, you've done it. You've proven you can sell. You hit $1 million in revenue. Congrats. But now you face a brand new problem, the one product company trap. Stage 2 is all about innovation at speed. At this point, your first product might have exhausted its market, and you're probably just breaking even. The challenge now is to create more profitable products fast. This is your chance to transform from a one-trick pony into a real innovation engine. And this is the core process that makes it all happen. The ready phase isn't about months of planning, it's just asking a few critical questions to validate the idea. Then you fire. You launch the minimum viable version. Finally, you aim, using real data and real customer feedback to iterate, improve, and perfect the product after it's already in the market, making you money. Once you're past $10 million, the game changes completely. The entrepreneurial chaos that fueled all your early growth now becomes a liability. It is time to scale by building structure. So in stage 3, from 10 to 50 million, things start breaking. Customer service slips, deliveries are late, your team is overwhelmed. The main challenge is to turn that chaos into order by building systems, processes, and protocols. Your job shifts from being the lead innovator to being a manager. Then, in stage 4, a new problem shows up. The systems you built have made the company a little rigid, and sales start to stall. The challenge is to inject that entrepreneurial spirit back into the business. But this time, your opportunity is to get the business to run itself, freeing you up to think bigger. And the crucial takeaway here is that you have to evolve with the business. You start as the hands-on entrepreneur. Then you become the systems building manager. Finally, you become the strategic investor who guides the ship. And listen, this is so important. You cannot get to the next stage if you are still doing the job of the previous one. Okay, let's bring this all home. We're going to distill everything down into a simple execution cheat sheet. This is about the daily behaviors that make the ready, fire, aim system work, and the critical mistakes that will absolutely derail you. This right here is your daily cheat sheet. On the left, this is what you do. You constantly choose action over analysis, and you celebrate fast failures as learning opportunities. And on the right, this is what you avoid: chasing perfection before you launch and getting distracted by little tasks that don't matter. Your focus has to always be on the one thing that moves the needle: selling. This entire blueprint is about one thing: action. Theory is useless without it. So we end with the only question that really matters. Looking at your business or your idea right now, what is the one single action you can fire on in the next 24 hours to move forward? That's your first step. Go do it. If you have a book in mind that should be added to our list, comment below. If this blueprint helped you, subscribe, like, and build with us. More blueprints are coming. Stay intentional, stay consistent. We are doing this one book at a time. And remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So share this with them and grow together. Real progress becomes stronger when it is shared. Build your life one blueprint at a time. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you do.